This video is an achievement guide for the full Retro Achievement set on Gun.Smoke for the NES.
Watch it, Abe. He's meaner than a rattler and twice as fast with them pistols.
Always wanted to face out one of these big pistol fighters they raise all the fuss about.
So you think you're fast with the 6-gun? A great pistol fighter from the West? If so, give Gun.Smoke for the NES a try. It's a shorter game, but it does have some deathless chivos and some other challenges to master. And probably one that you can finish in only a few hours after some help from this video. So load them up and give it a shot. Give it a shot, he said. There are 16 achievements to get here, worth a total of 340 points. Most of the achievements in this set are all completion achievements. You'll need to beat each of the 6 bosses with a horse and without a horse. You also need to beat the whole game without using the horse. There's one collection achievement to collect 5 lives. There's also 2 deathless achievements that involve beating the game without the horse and with the horse. If it's your first time playing this game, the deathless attempt can seem pretty scary, but there's some very effective tricks and strategies you can use to get through this game. First, let's learn a little bit about the game. We'll start by taking a look at all the items and guns you can use. Breaking open barrels that you see will drop down items. Picking up the rifle will increase the range of your shooting. You can stack this up to 4 times. Grabbing the boots will give you a speed power-up. These also stack up to 4 times. Don't pick up the cattle skulls though, because they take your power-ups down by 1. The POW item is a full screen wipe, killing all the enemies on the screen. The bullets will refill the ammo on the guns that you purchase. The red shurikens are extra lives, and the blue shurikens give you temporary invincibility. There's also a hidden wanted poster on each level. You need the wanted posters to spawn the boss fight. All of the stages will continue to loop until you pick up a poster. You can find one of the hidden posters on each level or buy one. Once you're holding a poster, the level stops looping at the end and you'll face the boss. So you could use this to farm up money on stage 1 and buy all the items that you wanted. There's also horses. In this game, horses act as a sort of armor. You can take 2 or 3 extra hits while you're riding the horse. And last, probably the most common thing you find are the money bags. Save up your money to buy guns, wanted posters, horses, and more ammo at the shops. The basic attack are the 2 pistols. You can shoot them diagonally left and right, and if you push both A and B, you can shoot straight forward. I actually didn't know this until about my 3rd playthrough. No ammo requirements for the pistols, so you can shoot them as much as you need. The first gun upgrade you can afford is the shotgun. As you would expect, the shotgun shoots a spread shot. It covers most of the screen in front of you and is great for clearing out the smaller enemies throughout most of the stages. Next is the machine gun at $10,000. This one basically turns your normal pistol fire shot into a rapid fire. The highest priced weapon is the Magnum. $20,000 to grab this one, but it's worth it for the power. This one's great for killing bosses. The last weapon in the shop is the Smart Bomb. It's actually more of a defensive item. I think the real trick to beating this game deathless is knowing how to use the Smart Bomb correctly. The Smart Bomb is basically a one-time use POW item. When it's detonated, it'll wipe all the enemies off the screen. The trade-off here is that you can't use any of your other more powerful weapons while you're using the Smart Bomb. You'll have to stick to your regular pistols while you're holding the Smart Bomb active. While it's active and loaded, you'll be able to negate any single damage that you take and clear the screen at the same time. Just remember to get another one ready if you use it up. Oh, and don't forget, when you start a new stage, you have to re-equip the Smart Bomb if you want it active. I actually lost a pretty good run because I didn't know this. You also have to find ammo after buying the Smart Bomb or else you can't activate it. So plan on having this active and playing most of the game with just your pistols. And honestly, the pistols are great. You can get through the whole game and all the boss fights with just the pistols. You can pull out the magnums for some of the boss fights, but it can be a little risky for the deathless run. What it really comes down to, like most other shoot 'em ups, is just being really good at dodging. You have to anticipate what all the enemies and the bosses will do and really be familiar with the maps. Realistically, you'll have to just learn this by playing the game multiple times and getting the experience. However, this section of the video will point out some key tips for each of the stages, as well as where all the hidden posters are. As you would expect, stage 1 is the easiest stage. You won't have to worry about too much strategy here. The enemies don't spawn too frequently and there's a lot of room to move around. You can grab the free poster after the shopkeeper. You'll find it on the left side by a lonely blue building hidden on the porch. Just shoot into empty space until it gets revealed. You're basically breaking an invisible barrel to drop it. You can also grab a free horse on stage 1. Find it hidden in a barrel on the right side in this main town section, right at the end. Grab this one if you're still trying to get all the horse achievements done. Bandit Bill on stage 1's not too hard to face. He's got a gimmick of going prone after you damage him. You can't hit him while he's prone, so just make sure you clear out all the other enemies, and then blast him as soon as he stands up again. Stage 2 is just as easy as Stage 1. Nothing really sneaky here to worry about. You can find a hidden invulnerability right after you pass the male shopkeeper. Just shoot at the base of the 2 pillars to reveal it, and keep searching just past that to find the free poster. There's also another free horse hidden at this section of the level at the base of the cactus. Fighting Cutter can get a little tricky. He'll throw out 2 boomerangs towards you, but you can shoot them before they hit you. Just position yourself in a safe spot where you can get your damage in, and watch out for his slide attack. If you're confident, just switch to the Magnum and you can really melt him down.
Nice.
After that, we'll head to Stage 3, the Comanche Village. Things definitely get a little more difficult here. There's a lot of jumping enemies in this stage. The best way to deal with them is always stand towards the middle section of the map. This way you don't get jumped on from off the screen because of the limited range of the jumps. Other than that, just pay real close attention to the snipers that spawn from the teepee doors. After you're real familiar with the spawns here, you'll be able to pre-fire those guys before they even shoot. You might notice the enemies got a little bit tankier too on this stage, but I would still recommend sticking with the pistols and the smart bomb. Look for the hidden poster past the male shopkeeper. Find it in the grass right next to the solo barrel. Fighting Devilhawk's pretty straightforward. It's all about positioning. Find the sweet spot where you're right outside of his range but you can still land your shots, and just keep rotating around him. This way you can completely avoid his fireball attack. The only thing you have to watch out for are all the enemy spawns. Stage 4 might take a little bit of getting used to. It's the first time where the map's really tightened down on you. There's also environmental hazards as the boulders fall down the mountain trying to crush you. It's also the first time we can employ this little defensive technique. Use the restricted map to your advantage by getting ahead of the enemy spawns. Run through the narrow passages and tuck yourself into the corners. If you're fast enough, you can cheese the enemy AI and they'll be stuck down the bottom. Just stay put, leave them down there, and they'll end up despawning. Look for the free poster hidden in the rocks in the open canyon area. Grab that and get ready to fight the ninja boss. This fight didn't seem too difficult. He uses a smoke screen to go invisible and then jump out at you, so it's best to stay really mobile during this fight. Careful for the ninja star he'll throw. It explodes into a pattern of 4 bullets. Alright, stage 5's about even with stage 4. Lots of narrow sections on this stage again as you navigate through the trees. It's also good to know that if you are caught outside, you won't get crushed by the camera, it'll just warp you back into the playing field. One new feature on this stage is the water. You don't die from jumping in the water, but there is a slight delay from jumping in, so just be careful because you can be caught off guard while you're trying to jump in. The same thing applies to getting back out of the water. Use all the same strategies you've been using up to this point to get through here. Look for the free poster right after the dock on this section. You'll find it just on the right of the pair of barrels here. Grab that to fight Fat Man Joe. At first, Fat Man Joe seems a little too easy, but be careful of that grenade launcher attack with a big area of effect damage. He's also more nimble than you might have thought, and he does jump around pretty quickly. This is another time where you might consider switching to the magnums to melt the boss down really quickly. Even toggle between the smart bomb and the magnum if you felt like it. If you manage to beat him, you'll be at the final stage. No real surprises here, just more of the same stuff you've already dealt with. And lots of sections in this stage where you can use that defensive maneuver. Rush through all those sections with the buildings and tuck yourself in the corners. You'll be able to avoid a lot of fighting this way. Keep doing that until you get to the cemetery in the center. Shoot into the middle spot between the graves to reveal that hidden poster. This will bring you to Wingate, the final boss of the game. This is of course the hardest fight in the game, and the only boss fight that has 2 phases. So don't celebrate early when you think you've killed him the first time. He's got a machine gun attack and a lot of mobility. It's hard to stay outside his range because he's constantly moving towards you and he's got really good aim. So just focus on getting a couple hits in and moving away. Try to keep yourself lined off just to the side and almost horizontal with him. The second phase of the fight's pretty much the same as the first. He just gets his health refilled and comes right back at you with the same type of moves. Just keep doing what worked for you on the first half and you'll be good on the second half. And that's the end of the game. You'll have to just get through all of this twice, once with the horse and once without the horse. So you might as well start with the horse achievement so you can learn the game while you have that little extra padding.
Hopefully you had fun playing and you enjoyed the video. Good luck on your next set.